Okay, hello friends. This is a sharing on CapitaLand Integrated Commercial Trust based off its annual report 2021. Okay, please note I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Okay, I may make mistakes in this presentation. Please do not make decisions of my information shared. Right? If you need to pause and read, please do. Right. So we'll go straight into CICT. All right, it's the biggest real estate investment trust listed in SGX or Singapore Exchange, right, as of 31st December 2021, right, is $13.5 billion worth of assets, right. It originally started as CapitaLand Mall Trust or CMT in July 2002. So it's organically originally 20 years old, right, but it was renamed CICT once it merged with its brother REIT, which is CapitaLand Commercial Trust. So this is mainly focused on office. This is mainly focused on retail, right? But as they merge, they call themselves now CICT. Right. So we look at their asset allocation. Okay, basically they are heavy on retail, right? So 58% retail, about 32% office, right? Very focused on CBD area, as you can see, right? Hence they are badly affected by the COVID lockdown. Alright, so the CBD area, because many people don't go down to work, it also affected their downtown retail malls. Right, then little bit of hotel and convention center and German office. I think we won't worry too much about this because it's quite small. Right, so maybe instead of focusing on the stuff that isn't so important in the annual report, because it's mostly just about its merger, right, which doesn't really show anything that benefits shareholders or so on and so forth. Let's look at its more recent results, right. What we want to see is occupancy is 93.8%. You can see it as not great, right, probably dragged down by the office and retail side in the city area, and I think CloudKey, right, but I guess what's giving this some hope is this part. Right, you can see downtown mall has quite a significant increase in tenant sales. All right, so at least sales is going up. All right, in the first half of 2022, right, traffic has going up as well across the board. All right, so office rent revision has gone up. So this is a good sign. It shows that I think office is recovering. Right, so we look at the retail aspect. All right, retail occupancy is quite high. Okay, if we look at the spread, right, you will see that it's mostly F&B, right? So 44% F&B. Okay, that's why they need people in the downtown area for them to survive, right? So yeah, so tenant sales has gone up, traffic has gone up, right? Rental revisions isn't great, right? So year one rents versus outgoing final rents is minus 3.2%. Okay, and incoming average rents versus outgoing average rents is minus 0.5%, right? So the retail space is still not going so well for now. All right, so if you look at the balance sheet, it's quite strong. All right, if you look at its NAV, it's around 2.12, and if you want to exclude the distributable income and adjust it for that, all right, it's 2.07. So I think this is more accurate. Right, if you compare with its current price, $2, it's actually selling at a slight discount, right? Probably because of the Federal Reserve trying to fight inflation with high interest rates, right? So that causes a downward pressure on the price of REITs, right? Because if you get a free risk-free interest rate of, let's say 3%, right? You will demand more than 5%, for example, for your REITs, which carries risk, right? Therefore, the REIT price has to go down for the dividend yield to increase, right? Right. Funding, I don't think is a problem for them, right? You can see that based of its price of based of the current price of the REIT, 199 on 26 September, right? And on the latest distribution for half a year, annualized, right? You get 5.24% yield, right? So whether this yield will be going up or not because the price goes down, right, I think we'll have to see. Okay, so one of the things, like I said, was the worry is the interest rates for fixed deposits and SSBs go up, right? Once this fixed deposits and interest rates get higher, this yield has to get higher to compensate, right? Because the REIT is a risky asset, whereas if you look at SSB and fixed D, they are considered near no risk products. Okay, so for that to happen, for this yield to go up, this price has to keep on dropping, right? So that's the near term pressure, right? Occupancy, like we mentioned, 33.8. The office side is still suffering a little bit. All right. Okay, you can see CloudKey here somehow is an underperformer. They say occupancy mainly due to expiry of leases. All right. Okay, but I don't quite understand why they cannot replace the occupancy, right, or replace them with new tenants, right? So as we mentioned earlier, the rental revision for the retail aspect is still not great, right? So hopefully going forward, if this improves, all right, it might actually help mitigate some of the effects of the rising interest rates. Right, with that, I'll end my sharing. Thank you very much for listening.